welcome to another episode on the Minerockin SMP. So, last time out we got this done. So we got our grand library started. I did forget to show you what the floor looks like once you've stripped it. So here is the floor in all of its glory. And what we're going to do today is we are going to get at least half of this place decorated. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at getting the flooring. That's going to go all the way around the room. We're going to leave a little bit of a hole for where the skylight is, but it's going to go all the way around in there. So the mezzanine floor is going in. I'm then going to work on the upstairs first. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all the decoration in on the upstairs section. We're going to get the ceiling in because I don't like it just being brick. So we're going to line the ceiling and that central portico up there as well. And then what we're hopefully going to get a chance to do is, after a little bit of work down below us, we are going to ship all of my librarians from over there in here and get them in their final home. So that's the plan for today. Hopefully nothing major happens that stops today's plan from taking effect, but you never know. But no, hopefully we'll get done. I shall see you in a moment and we'll have a floor in and we'll start showing you some of the decorations. Right then, so yeah, we have a roof. A roof. We don't have a roof. What am I talking about? We have a mezzanine. So we've put our second level in. We have lots of individual pens. We have a rather fetching mangrove wood. So we've gone with spruce on the wall. I'm going for dark oak in the accents because it really matches the spruce better than the spruce does when you're using the stripped spruce logs. We've got lots of bookcases, unsurprisingly, since this is a library, so we need a lot of bookcases. And we have this rather nice mezzanine floor. Now, the gaps in the walls, we've got storage going into each of the big bookcase sections. So, like over here, we've got a couple. Over here, and in these central sections, we're going to have some bookcases. This is going to be for storage for stuff like books and paper. Stuff that I'm going to use to trade with the librarians. And then each one of these three high sections, we're going to have more storage directly above the head. The librarian's going to go here, and their lectern is just going to sit in front of them, blocking them in so they can't do anything else. So this is this section. One thing that I have noticed with this better RTX pack is the different style of lighting. You may notice it more from the last scene to this one. But when you're up here, the lanterns give a much warmer light than sea lanterns do. But this is quite stark and what I would class as a cold light, whereas upstairs the light is a whole lot warmer, and that's a really clever system. It just really adds to the pack. So, what is next? Next, we have my little pen, and we've started doing my train track. So we have a little pen just down here underneath. So this is directly underneath the middle of the library upstairs. And this little pen is going to have two farmers. So I have enough room for their bed, their workstations, which we might find somewhere else for, and them. And they are just going to live here. But this means that they can sleep. They won't lose any connection to their bed or their workstation, which will mean that this will permanently create me a village. Which means that upstairs, I don't need to give the guys a bed or anything like that. They can literally just stand behind their lectern. And because the village is never going to be deactivated, as long as I connect them up properly, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that in a moment, those guys are never going to de-link from their workstations. They don't need to sleep in order to refresh their trades. Just someone in the village needs to sleep, which is why we'll have these two guys down here. And yeah, the village will never be broken, which means that these guys will never de-link from their workstations, which means that, in theory, we should never have to worry about anything. So the first job is I'm going to make certain I've got no beds upstairs. I'm then going to punt two villagers, two farmers, all the way through here and get them into there. And then once they're done, we'll come back and we'll show you how everything else is going to go. So we shall see you soon. Bye. So here we are back at the villager breeder come trading hall that we'd got, and I already moved the first of the dudes over. I was going to use farmers, but I might need to use these farmers to replenish my villagers. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a couple of these guys. So we've already moved the first one, and this is really, really tricky now. So what we do is we take the minecart, we pick the wall. Excuse me. We pick the wall. We place our minecart down on the track. And we give Mr. Villager a bit of a shove. He jumps in his minecart. And then we give him a bigger shove. And this guy's basically using the same track that we used for our curing station. So he goes all the way past the curing station. And if we take off, we can follow him in the air. So you can see him going through all of this track round here. And all the way over here. Chased by some zombies. And he'll come all the way down here. Chased by yet more zombies. Thank you, Raf. And he comes into my base. He goes through the little bit of track. He goes up the steps. And he goes and joins his friend who's in there. Now, something I do need before I go too much further. Otherwise, I'm going to pop these out of their carts and they're all going to escape. So that would be bad. But if I come up here, we should... we can grab some of that, and you'll do. I'm not particularly fast, not that. We want you. We want 2 gates. Yeah, 2 gates. And we can drop that off, we can drop that off, we can drop that off, we can drop rid of that as well. So, now all I need to do is we come up here. We want 1 bed, 2 beds. And place bed number 1 in there. We'll break you. I can then bed number 2 can go in there. I will grab myself a couple of gates. Not sideways. I'll come out this way. Put a gate there and a gate there. That means that I can get in and out, and they're not going to get broken. We can now go bonk, bonk. And if we grab their 2 smithing tables, we should be able to stack those there and there. They're both now nice and forever happy in this little cell. If I ever need them, I can come up here and get them. Or trade with them. We can now get rid of this and use this stuff. on the upstairs peeps, which is what we're going to do next. So I'm going to go and prep a load more rails in and around my new shop, my library. We'll get that lot all prepped and ready to go. But what we shall do is we shall see you in a minute, and I shall show you how I disconnect everybody from the old village and then reconnect them to this one that we've just created with those two guys up there. So I shall see you in a moment. Right, so we are back, and this is how I end up disconnecting everybody and making certain that we don't create one massive village. Because the problem with Minecraft villages is they can spread, and they can spread a very long way. On Eternia, we did have a village that was about 20,000 blocks by 20,000 blocks somehow. No idea how it happened, but it did. And we had to go around and figure out how to get it solved. So in the end we did. But you can quite easily have a village that will spread from here right the way over to, you saw how far it was to my library. I could have a village that would cover that quite easily, and that would lead to all sorts of problems. So, easiest way of getting around this is we're going to go in, we are going to remove all of the job blocks and all of the beds. And literally, that is all I'm going to do. So if there are no job blocks and there are no beds, then there is no village. There is no village, then I can't stretch it. I've already been around this area and removed all of the beds from outside. And I am going to put all of the beds back over here. But, because I don't need the beds over on the new one, because there's only two guys there that are going to have beds and they're already there. But for the time being, I can just come in here. I can remove all of these profession blocks. The guys are all going to be nice and safe because they can't get out because of my trapdoors. And then once everything's gone, the village will be disappeared and I can then happily move all of the librarians over to their new location. They'll instantly join that second village that's over there. And we're all good. So yeah, I'm going to get upstairs. I'm going to get all of those beds removed and all of those job blocks removed. And then we're going to start the long, arduous journey of shipping loads of librarians a few hundred blocks across. Because the big secret with moving villagers is don't cut corners and don't cheat. In theory, I should just be able to grab a villager, drag him all the way down there, and he should disconnect, and then he should reconnect. But should and will are two separate things, especially on Bug Rock. So, yeah, I know it takes an extra 5 minutes to get it all sorted, but that 5 minutes can save you hours and hours and hours at a later date. So, yeah, I'm going to get this sorted. And we'll see you once we've got some villagers all over there. Boy. And that's him in. So there's one down. He can go nowhere. We did see the green particle, so he's definitely all good. He's all connected. We will grab, actually, we have some signs to go with him. So he was Mr. Quick Charge. There we go. So, one down. A whole lot more to go. But that's my fun for the next couple of hours. So, see you soon. Okay then. So, they're in. We have all of my weapon enchantments around this side. We have all of my tool enchantments around this side. And we have all of the armor enchantments around this side. We've got plenty of storage, so we can have storage above their heads for like shulkers to put stuff in. We've got masses of storage all the way around here that I can put sort of paper and books and bookshelves and lanterns and all of the stuff that these guys create, as well as all of the bits that I need to trade with them to get them all restocked. But that's it. They are all done. So my next job is downstairs. Now, I'm going to have to get a shifty on, because, well, 120 drops in like 3 days. And I've got all of the planning for next season to get done. And next season is going to be a big one with the 120 update. So I've got to get all of the add-ons sorted, and I've got to get all the skin packs sorted, and we're doing a little bit extra, and there's new members and there's stuff like this. So I is really sorry, but I don't think I'm going to get everything finished. What I am going to do is I am going to revisit this at the end of the series, and we'll get everything built up, and we shall go from there. So we shall see you in a bit once downstairs is done. And then we'll go and explain the rest of things that are going to happen, okay? So see you in a bit. Wow, we're done. So, right here, as you can see, we have a completed downstairs. We have our villager of wisdom in the middle with his laurel wreath. Lots of quartz, white wall, stuff like that. But again, very similar model to the one that's out the front of the on the two front parts. Just in here, just slightly different style. Underneath each set, so above we had all of the librarians that dealing with armor. We have all of the armor in sort of diamond, and it's all been enchanted so it shines and you've got that glow. And then you have all of your armor enchants. We have gold on the non-part, but this is all of our weapon, not weapon enchants. This is all of our tool enchants. So we've got pickaxes and fishing rods and shovels and such. And all of our tool enchants are in this section. And then we've got all of our enchanted weapons on these guys, and these are all of our weapon enchants. So yeah, it took a while. I'll be honest. This last week has been absolute bedlam. 1.20 is launched, it's out, it's in the wild. We've closed the server, and we were supposed to launch already the new server. And yeah, we had some issues. Not under our control. You may have noticed from other guys that we all went live, or we were all supposed to go live, and it never actually happened. We have plans in place. We will be going live. We have backup plans in place in case those original plans don't take fruition. So we will be back on a new server very, very shortly. I am going to continue this world. I'm gonna, you know, we come out here. I still have huge amounts of dead space in my base, and this just isn't Minecraft. So I do have plans to finish this. I am gonna get it done, and I will post an update video once this is finished, because I really do want to see this finished. I really like this base. Unfortunately, we didn't get quite enough time to get it all done But we did finish this part, and I really do like this build. As I said, this was the whole reason that I was here, and I think it's a really nice little build. I think this is quite a nice bookshop. So, yeah. Thank you ever so much for watching. We shall see you soon on a brand new world with some new faces and lots of returning faces. So, we shall see you soon, and I'll see you for Minerockin Season 2. Bye!